Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patara with you today. Brought you down to Belltown. Gonna take my horse to the Belltown road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. That's what I'm doing. That's my song right now because I have had incredible breakthroughs again on my genealogy, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. I first want to thank Miss Mary Jane at Coker Creek. She's letting me borrow this book. Do you see that right there? That is the mill right there. Belltown Road. You turn left. You're on, I think it's Belltown Mill Road, just right over yonder. And I'm going to be reading this and drinking coffee very late because this is incredible history. She is so kind to offer this book for me to borrow because I'm doing so much research here in Belltown. So let me answer your question. A lot of you are asking, well, here's the deal. So I have family members that have applied, multiple uncles and aunts and cousins and whatnot that all applied for the Guion Miller roll. Some have also been put onto the Baker roll, as well as they actually ended up moving to Oklahoma. They are on the Dawes roll as well. So, you know, when you start finding these things, it leads to a lot of questions. How did I discover this? Because my grandfather did not do it. These people are uncles. They are third grade uncles. There's 4 different brothers. They were from Macon County. Then they moved down kind of into Cherokee County, and then they migrated over into Monroe and McMinn County here in Tennessee. That's how my family ended up here. So how did I land these beautiful breakthroughs and discoveries? It's very simple. I have taken the time, I have taken the years to really work on my grandparents. Okay, that's what you need to do. Your mom, you know, really trying to stay true only to not focus on anything but grandparents, parents, and make those trees, that middle trunk of that tree really strong. Okay, and then it sort of starts branching out. After really working on grandparents and parents and things, their lines and different things like that, once I know somebody is, I'm confident, 99% sure that is my granddaddy. He is. I've been to his property. I've seen his birth certificate or his death certificate and all of these things. Then I will start to branch out into siblings. Because here's the thing. I've told you this before on another video over in Greenback. There may not be specific documentation, various kinds, that you can find from your grandfather, your third great grandfather, for example, for various reasons. He didn't do it. He did do it. He wasn't there at the time. He didn't show up for the census. The courthouse burned, whatever. But his brother might have shown up. Or his brother, you can find his death certificate, which will tell you who you think, oh, it is Papa Moses is the grandfather. And then you can start busting down the next bridge or the wall to the next generation. So I have various family members, like I said, that applied for these roles. 4 of them are brothers to my third great grandfather. And so because of that, we've seen the roles. We went to the East Tennessee Historical Society, and they helped me locate 39 documents or applications or papers with the applications, and they specifically list further ancestors that were Cherokee. And so that is causing me now to dig further in North Carolina, and obviously I'm probably going to Oklahoma. But nonetheless, that's here to come. I'm still here on this spot. Make sure your tree is solid with your grandparents as much as possible. And from there, once you are confident, as much as you can, dive over into the brother and sister land, because you're going to find things that you probably didn't see before. Or it's a really great way for verification. So I'm going to take you a little bit further around on Belltown. The sun is going to be setting soon, so we're going to hurry. Probably going to be driving up over towards the Von Orr area. That's where a lot of this migration I call it a migration. That's where they kind of married and moved over to. That's how, in my personal opinion, how this branch connected with my Blount County branch, and that's how they ended up over in Greenback. So come along for the ride. If you have questions, let me know. I hope this helps you out. I hope you're claiming your roots, and I hope you're connecting with your ancestors, because this is how you find out who you are. So let's go along for a beautiful ride. So I've located the family member, the uncle that I wanted, and I've also found his son and his grandson. And because of being in the cemetery, you find names that might be familiar. If you've really dug in on your genealogy, you probably have a cluster of family members, depending on where you were. If you were in a very rural area, let's be honest, a lot of family members married other people and family members. It's just the way the world went, people. So you may find a name that looks familiar. Go home and immediately research that, especially if you've got the full name and you've got, we're just going to use Miss Rachel here, bless her heart, we're going to use her as the example. Thank you, Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel here is going to be the example. It gives you name and dates. Go home and dig on that, okay? Because that may help you be more accurate or correct something or vice versa. But you may learn that you had a family member here that you had no idea before. Because when you look at Ancestry, or if you look at Find a Grave, a lot of times it does not list all the siblings, it does not list all the children, just because the person didn't fill it in at the time, or maybe they didn't know. You've come to the actual cemetery, or maybe you've done more homework than that person, and so you can add to that, verify more, or find out something more conclusive for your research. That's why I tell people, this is a museum in a sense, in terms of your genealogy. This is a library. It's not just a place to give respects. That's number one, to show your respect and love for these people and to clean their grave and to let them know that they're remembered, all of them. But also, they're telling you a story when you're there. So go and do visit. This just breaks my heart to see stuff like this. You know it? I'm at least going to move it up against it. Try to. Oh, that's, the whole thing is loose. At least get it in one spot. You know it? That's not a fix, but hopefully it'll help preserve it a little bit longer. All right, guys, you see where we ended up here at the Sequoia Birthplace Museum in Von Orr. We appreciate you watching. Keep digging on those roots, and we'll see you on the next video.